That's sounding okay. That's a task. That's somebody's beat tag. Shout out to that producer. You know what I mean? Hey, all right, cool. Yo, word on the street. Drizzy about to drop a project called El KUUMBA Tape Volume 1. And that's going to drop, you know what I'm saying? That's going to drop at midnight. So I'm pretty excited, man. It's been a while since we don't got like a new Drake body of work, like an actual full body of work. So, you know, we're going to see what happens with this record. We're going to see, hopefully there's some bangers in there. Yeah, we're gonna see. Now, based on the artwork of this project, it's looking like Oliver might be the main, one of the main artists on it. I'm sure it's gonna probably feature because it's a tape, so it's probably not just Drake centered. It'll probably be a mixture of a lot of people who Drake works with, and it should be pretty dope. I mean, moving on with this though, because the last song, my last favorite Drake song was probably the one where he had trust issues. When he had how does it go? I can't remember the exact one, but it had to deal with when he was around the beef time with Pusha T, but specifically his most recent song, which is "Money in the Grave." I wonder if that's gonna appear on the project. It's only gonna make sense. It's only gonna make sense if it is on the project because, all the streaming numbers that did, being on the project will skyrocket the album right into the number one charts. So I think that's pretty interesting. Notice how there wasn't really an actual track list, and it might be because of the fact that when people see track lists these days, they tend to just assume they've heard the whole project. They start to get this preconceived information like, no, my guy, like, it's really funny that a lot of people think that way, but it's good that it's kind of done subliminally. He just went on Instagram and put it up. Maybe he did put a track list somewhere. I have no idea, because I definitely believe that when people see track lists sometimes, especially the way some songs are named, they'll definitely go off and be like, oh, that's supposed to be a girl song, or that, rather than just the project drop. Whether you've seen, whether you've when the project drop, without it being shown to the world everything there is to know already, you just kind of have to go find it to really know what it's about. So it gives it a better it factor versus showing everybody what it's gonna be before it is. And everything this man pretty much does is like, it's just absolutely, it's complete madness. You know what I'm saying? And the numbers be out of this planet. Nobody's really like, I mean, there's people in hip hop, there's not too many. In pop, there's people, but then pop and other genres of music trying to keep up streaming numbers with Drizzy. You know what I'm saying? So that's hey, he's the goat, man. No matter whether you like the dude or not, he's streaming numbers are just out of this planet, bro. But whether you're a Drake fan or you're not a Drake fan, you're gonna have to realize that, like, dude comes every time he comes out with a project, he's probably gonna do more numbers than anybody in history. He's probably he's probably going to do that's just what it is. He's probably going to have more Billboard charting songs, especially if he's pushing it. And I think it deals with a lot of the genius mindset that goes behind the way the albums are bundled together. Because sometimes you'll have people like Apple. They'll like, I don't know if he still has that Apple deal, but you have people like Apple. They'll go and they'll sign some sort of a project contract where he gets a lump sum of money, but also gets a back end percentage, because they know, like, he's just that nigga. Like, he doesn't really need too much of anybody's anything at this point. They need him, so they're willing to pay him 40 million or whatever the hell they're paying him, knowing that the return on that investment is gonna be something incredible. You know what I mean? So that's crazy, man. Drake Drizzy the GOAT. Like, whether you enjoyed his project or not, like, or any of the projects, like, Drake, he's had multiple best topping project in history. Numbers wise, you may not think it's the best sounding, you may not think it's the best produced, mixed, whatever, but when it comes down to numbers, hands down. Like, it's not even something to really argue about. Like, you know, and it's crazy because when we talk about, you know, history, like, I think like MJ or who somebody did, you know, back in the day where people used to buy albums, and it would be so difficult to do some of the numbers that Drake is doing right now with streaming. But back then, you actually had to buy albums. Now with the streaming, it's so much easier. That's why I don't understand why artists these days are not utilizing these stores to go out there and just buy. I mean, go just. But DistroKid is $20 a year. My God, just release your fucking music. You know, what are you waiting for to put out music? So, hey, that's what I'm saying. Speaking of music, guys, I dropped a video a couple days ago. The link will be in the description. I believe it's the best video on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to go and tell me just how trash it is. You know, the link will be pinned in the comment below. Go check it out. It's also going to be the first link in the description. Go check it out. Let me know. But yeah, like when it comes back to the number thing, it's just, hey man, this is gonna dominate. If it's if it's a project where Drake is actually dominantly in the project, which will give him which will basically make him the dominant artist that people are gonna be looking forward to checking out more, then I feel like it's gonna do well. If they're smart enough to put the song Money in the Grave, if they're smart enough to put that on the project too, which you never know. I mean, whatever they do, they know what they're doing. I'm just putting my 2 cents. I feel like that's gonna just be, the album is gonna chart tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, you know, we can't forget the whole Shiggy situation. You know, Shiggy effing you know, cause that Kiki song, I remember when you know, that whole thing, cause I was on IG just randomly. I started seeing these people dancing, doing all. I was like, what is this? Before you realize it was a Drake song. I don't even think he wanted that to be a single. I don't even think he wanted that to be a single on the record. But like, it effing ended up being the single on the record. Because the people, that's why we're living in a great time, this TikTok era. Now everybody is blowing up. Random people are blowing up with weird ass songs because social media is now picking what stays and what goes. The people are now really like, it's this streaming time that we are in is absolutely, why do I have this on? I'm not even listening to music. This streaming era that we're in right now is something just absolutely incredible, you know. But you know, it makes a lot of sense because, like I said, like, music can be streamed everywhere in every single platform. With Instagram, you can now detect your music. You can now get paid off of it. Now, if you upload songs that aren't even your song on Instagram, they're gonna take it down or give you a copyright strike. Now, I don't know how that's gonna work in the future. If they're gonna start deleting Instagram accounts, that would be so stupid and makes no sense. But you know, YouTube does it. You know, so yeah, I just think it's crazy. The whole situation. When it comes to that side of things, Facebook, same thing. You can now get paid. I'm telling you, we live in a time that it's a beautiful time. And if you're an artist and just don't understand the beauty of the time that we live in, either you just don't care about money or you're just doing this shit for fun. If you're just doing it for fun, okay, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're really trying to, like, you know, do something that could possibly help you get out of a certain whatever situation that you might be in, bro, you gotta have to, you need to start looking into distributing your music constantly and putting them in stores and trying to save up your money, getting the right features, getting them. You know, it's not even about, I was gonna say blogs, but it's not even about blogs anymore. Even damn near World Star, to keep it a buck, to some degree, is not the way to go anymore. It's more about now building your own thing. You know, that's really what it is when it comes to hits. Like, Drizzy got too many. You know. Like, literally, name a song that has came out that Drake hasn't charted on #1 on the Billboard charts. There's too many. You cannot keep count. And I don't even know anymore. But I remember back when he got an award for beating Michael Jackson on the most #1 hits on Billboards. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me, but it was something like that, you know. But hey, this is gonna be a great project. I'm really curious to see what it's gonna sound like. Um, if you guys stayed or if you stayed throughout this whole rant, I appreciate you. Let me know what you think, what this is gonna sound like, what you expect from it. If you've already listened to it and you're just not watching this video, drop in the comments. Let me know what you thought about it. I would love to start a conversation in the comments below about the project and just the sounds. As a producer, I'm really looking forward to what the instrumentation is gonna sound like. I learned a lot from listening to new songs and producers and how they manage to mix the vocals to sound whatever way they sound on the track, the beats, the sequencing, the everything all together. I try to picture a vivid imagery of what them in the studio cooking it up. So I'm also curious to see what kind of producers are going to be on this project. 40 definitely is going to be on a project. But there were talks of Pierre Beyond. Pierre, Pierre Brown, whatever, the producer. There were talks that he might have had a couple songs with Drake, or might have had a couple songs with or produced some songs for Drake. I don't know if some of those are going to be on this project, but that would be very interesting to witness. So, hey man, thank you guys for joining me today, man. It's your boy, TheHitBrainiac. My social media handle is right there. If you want to follow me, please follow me. Say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. We growing like crazy. Thank you. Peace out, man. If you guys also enjoy this style of videos, excuse me, let me know. I'll do them some more. Sometimes I feel like people don't really listen to these type of videos all the way through. But if you guys genuinely like this, let me know. I'm gonna see y'all soon, man. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.